M- My name is Stephanie Rollins. I am a graduate student at LeTourneau University, and this is a counseling video that is for learning and practice purposes only. I am not a counselor. Again, this is for practice only. This is my volunteer, Lauren. Lauren, thank you for volunteering for me. I do appreciate it, helping me with this.
Of course.
So I will just jump right into it, if that's okay.
Okay.
Today I am working on something called choice theory and reality therapy.
Okay.
That may not mean anything to you, but I wanted to present that.
Okay.
So, how are you doing today?
I'm all right for the most part. Just preparing to go back to school soon.
That's right, you're a college student, right?
Yeah.
Where do you go to college?
I go to college at Trinity University. I'm a junior this year.
Oh, wow, cool. Well, so what do you want to do? What do you want to be?
Well, I'm not completely sure what I want to do yet in terms of a profession, though I'm trying to explore my options and just get through my basic degree and see what jumps out at me.
Have you found some things that are interesting to you that you may want to explore further?
Yes, I'm an English major, so I'm trying to explore what area of English I might want to pursue as a career.
Okay. So, what are you doing towards exploring being an English major? What are you doing to
Well,
get you closer to your goals?
well, I'm just trying to do well in my classes, especially my English classes, talk to my professors and see about internships related to English so I can get as much experience as possible, see what I might like.
Are there any other actions you're taking beyond just your college courses?
Well, I'm trying to get into positions where I can explore that more, like get a job at the library over the summer, or just talk to people I know in the literary community from going to the library all the time, and just, of course, online research. The real world experience is what I'm looking for.
So it sounds like you're taking these action steps to get what you want, or to be have more opportunities towards what you may want to do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay open to whatever opportunities might come my way so I can get a better idea of what's going on. Though until something pops out, I'm just trying to, be a good student so I'll be ready to accept any of those opportunities.
What about relationships? Are you satisfied in your relationships? Do you have good, solid relationships?
I feel that I do, though I don't always have enough. Don't feel like I always devote enough time to some of them, because I work kind of slowly, so sometimes I just get hyper focused on my schoolwork.
Sure.
And I don't always have a lot of time for my friends, which I'm trying to work on.
So are you comfortable with your social interactions?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm comfortable in my relationships. I just feel like they could be better or fuller if I devoted some more time to some of them, because I feel like I'm not always doing that. During the typical week, I'm usually focusing on my studies.
Sure. I mean, that's a task in itself, juggling school and internships and work study and
Yeah.
things like that. Are there choices maybe you've made that might have impeded that goal, or that you were concerned about?
Well, just something I've noticed in myself is I tend to procrastinate sometimes, so which is why I take so much time on my studies. Is like I work so slow, or I don't manage my time well enough. Tied in with procrastinating, it's like creates anxiety, and it's just like, ugh. Like there was this one time, like sort of related to my studies with my FAFSA, financial aid.
Yes.
I was too focused on my studies, and I'm like, I'll just fill that out later. I'll fill that out later. And then I got down to the wire, and I turned it in, and then when I got my statement back, I didn't have as much financial aid as I had the semester before. And so it's due to my procrastinating. And
What was the result of that?
well, the result is that since I had less financial aid, we had to make it up somehow. And since I knew that was my fault for not turning it in, I'm like, okay, let me try to make up a chunk of this. I'm going to put some more of my money towards this. I didn't want to let my parents pay all of it this time around.
Oh, yeah. You felt the consequences of that choice, didn't you?
I know if I didn't, it wouldn't have stuck home as much as taking out $900 from my bank account.
You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, now I get it in December or before. I get it in as soon as it's available, and I'm trying to be better about doing that on a daily basis, not just the big things.
So if you could identify anything you needed to change to get what you want,
Well,
what might that be?
I feel like I'll get what I want in career-wise, doing what I'm already doing in terms of my studies, though, to
Yes.
be a fulfilled individual, like have
Yes.
good relationships too, which I want, is that I need to get better about managing my time and how to juggle, which I feel like, as I get older, I'll get better at.
Sure.
With effort.
Sure. That can come from experience and
Yeah.
choices where we feel those consequences that hurt. But what I'm hearing is that you took responsibility for that choice.
Yeah, I don't always do so though on like more of a daily basis. So I'm trying to work on that.
Give me an example.
No, I just mean like on my assignments, like trying to
Yes.
be more diligent about, here's something coming up, don't just say I'll do it tomorrow. Like start it right away so I just mean like that. Like,
Yes.
because the FAFSA is like a big thing, but it only happens once a year. So I need
That's true.
I need to work on those daily issues more.
Did I hear you're going to Trinity University?
Yes.
And now what made you choose Trinity University?
Well, I kind of had the impression that I would want some further career like in English. So I looked for a liberal arts kind of college, which Trinity is. And then just it's smaller. I know I do better in small class sizes, so it's, just with that future goal in mind, like what's my best work environment, what works best for me.
It's also a faith-based university, right?
Yes, though it used to require students to go to Catholic Mass on Sunday. Now it's not a requirement, but they still offer it, so you can go to the chapel. I actually work. My student work position is right next to the chapel.
Do they have other? I know that they have Catholic Mass. Are there other opportunities for like spiritual development, other type of Bible studies, or?
Yeah. There's a couple of different clubs that will have a service, and some will offer different services. Like there's women's service on this day,
Yeah.
or group, and there's a couple of churches nearby. Like one of my roommates, she was in the choir.
Oh yeah.
So I would drive her to the church every once in a while, so she didn't have to walk, say if it was raining, or if she just was tired.
Did you ever join in?
I try to, but that comes down again to my time management skills. Like I wanted to try to go to a session or participate more in one of the clubs, but like I'll be working and it's like I don't have time to go, but I'd like to make time. So I've been trying to work on that more.
So did faith play a part in choosing Trinity University?
It was a factor, though it wasn't necessarily always in the forefront of my mind. Like, it was on the back burner. I wasn't always actively thinking about it, though it was like a plus.
Check that box.
Yeah.
So how, since we've kind of segued into that, how is your spiritual life? Is it a part of your life, or have you gotten too busy?
To be honest, I've probably got a bit too busy, and like, I know my dad will sometimes text me about like, always go look in the Word, like pray daily. I'm like, I know, and I don't always do it, and I know I should, so it's like, yeah, I need to.
Well, it's good that it's something always ever present in your mind.
It comes in and out. It's always popping to mind. I don't know. Sounded awkward, but
Is there anything you would like to ask, or anything you would like to add, Lauren?
I guess, how do you make time for it? Like, I'm just a college student right now, but I'm sure, like, when I get out in the world, I'm gonna have to be juggling even more things. So, like how do you make time for this?
That's a good question. As a graduate student and working, time management is a big deal. So I had to build it in. So I set my alarm. I get up earlier, like 4:30 in the morning or 5 a.m.
That's pretty early.
I don't suggest that for everyone. You're a night person.
Yeah, I gotta stay
But
up pretty late.
I found if I didn't specifically, mindfully make time for it, I felt the effects of it. That's like another form of coffee for me in the morning. It's my go, and without it,
Feel a little
I
off.
lose my get up.
Yeah, you feel a little off the rest of the day.
I do, and again, that choice, the result of that choice is, I've seen the differences on how I face challenges. I wouldn't have believed it until I disciplined myself to make time for it every day.
Yeah.
And now I like my coffee in the morning, can't do without it.
Yeah, my roommate freshman year, the one who was in the choir, usually as soon as she'd like wake up, she'd like, part of her wake up process was studying, like reading the Bible. And then by the time it's like closed, then she'd start getting dressed and start doing something.
Well, on an end note, I hope you will find time to work spirituality and growth in your faith. I hope you'll find the time in your busy life. I know your mom and your dad kind of encourage you regularly.
Yeah, well, anything important, you got to make time for it.
Right.
So it's like, and if you don't,
You just answered your own question, or my question.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's like, if it's important, you got to make time for it, or
That's true.
then you feel the
You got
effects of it.
You
Yeah,
got it.
I know.
Well,
Got to do it now,
I'm-
not just say
I'm
it.
probably going out on a limb, but I bet your parents are very proud of you.
Well, I try to make them proud.
I want to thank you for taking the time out of that busy studying. I know it's moving back into dorms this weekend, and so I appreciate you sitting down with me to do my homework.
Yeah.
And thank you.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome.